it's Kadisha. I'm back with another video. I want to talk about prophecies today. And I was thinking because I feel like we're now in a day and age where prophecies are given more and more rampant than what they used to, according to the Bible. Like, you get a prophecy, then you don't hear from God for like 10 years, and you're like, okay, now the Lord said this. But now we're getting prophecies like every single day. And not to say that whoever is saying them is not correct, but it's just like we have to be careful in those. And I have a mentor, and I love her. She's so smart, so wise. And it's good for us to have people that are older than us and that of course have been through some things that we have not been through yet or hope to avoid, and people also younger than us, so we can also bring them up in the way that will allow them to miss some things that we've done as well. And so I was talking to her about a prophecy I had revealed. This was a couple years ago, and I was saying, well, I think I need to do this. I need to do this. And she was like, no. And I love her because she's so wise, and she's so gentle. Like, really, I feel like the Holy Spirit is really her. Like, she has the Holy Spirit within her. She really carries this the fruit of the Spirit. And she's like, no, you don't make a prophecy come to fruition. The Lord will allow it to come to fruition. And then she was just giving me other things where she was like, how to know if this is a prophecy or not. Because like most of the time, it will be more so of a confirmation. And not to say that someone can't give you a new word. It's like, yeah, those things happen too, but we just have to really be careful. Like I say, be careful with prophecy. And this isn't a video about condemning prophecy. It's more so on our end when we receive the prophecy to make sure that we're not going to make it happen like I was trying to do. And I've seen other people do this as well. And it's actually saddened me, and I thought about it today because this person who got this prophecy from someone, and then they went out and I feel like made it happen because circumstances around them was happening. And it kind of reminds me of Saul a little bit in the Bible, not Saul turned Paul, but King Saul, when Samuel told him, to wait on him to do the sacrifice, but he was like, all the people around me were doing this or whatever, and so I did it anyway. And I just kind of feel like that's how that person was, like, not people necessarily confirming the word, but it's like, okay, I heard this, and then situations start to happen. It's like, okay, so this must be the opportunity for me to jump out and do this. And I've seen them struggle going forward, and it's just like, I don't know if that was the plan of God or not, and I can't speak for that person particularly, but like I said, for myself, I realized that I was trying to make things happen, and I didn't. After talking with my mentor, like I said, we need to have somebody who can speak into our life and speak truth. Of course, the Holy Spirit is more powerful than any person on the earth, but he can use people to actually speak into your life if you can, or if you need, not necessarily you can't hear him, but you need to hear it confirmed through someone else that doesn't necessarily know your situation, and that usually helps. And so, yeah, she was like, don't do that. Don't try to make things. I was like, okay, maybe I need to cut this person off. Because I had a prophecy where it was like, yeah, some people are going to leave your life. And so I'm starting to cut them off. They're not leaving my life. I was like, oh, okay, maybe I need to cut this person off. And she's like, that's not what it was. And so sometimes we can get so excited and wanting to see God move that we start dictating and start to put our hands in things and trying to make things happen. And that just kind of reminds me again of not King Saul, but this time Sarah and Abraham, when God told them that they were going to have a child. And then what did Sarah do? Okay, first she laughed, like, huh, yeah, okay. And then after, when it seemed like the Lord was not moving quickly enough, she's like, okay, well, maybe the Lord wants us to do it this way. And that's not how the Lord wanted it to do, but he allowed that to happen. And so that's what we have to realize too. Just because we've given a prophecy and then we start putting our hands in it and making it happen and say, okay, well, maybe this is how God wanted to do because it's happening. It's like, no, God doesn't need your help to make whatever he told you to come to fruition. Only thing he needs is your obedience. And so your obedience may be still staying the course and still staying at a job, still, having to wake up early and pray, still have to go to the gym every day, still have to eat clean. And I'm speaking myself about myself, can't you tell? Still having to read your word. It's like you still have to be dedicated in those things and not get so off track because you heard a prophecy. And I just hope this video encourages you, as well as keep it on the forefront of my mind that when I hear something, that I'm not trying to jump and make it happen. Because I just had a recent prophecy. Maybe I'll reveal it later. But I was like, okay. And I've heard it twice. And so I'm like, okay. But I'm not putting my hand on, like, all right, Lord, I'm gonna let you do this, because I didn't try to put my hand in it when I was trying to give me a house. I was like, okay, now you told me I'm supposed to be at an apartment, okay, and it worked out perfectly, worked out smoothly. So I want everything that the Lord has for me, but I want it in His timing, and I want Him to be orchestrating it, not me putting my hands to it and doing things and messing stuff up. And so that's usually what can be the case, because like I said, we're so ready. We're wanting the blessings of God, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's like to be in expectation. Don't be into where you feel like you have to work it to make it happen, because that's not how God works. So, well, let me rearrange this, because people will take your word and not really take it out of context, but it's just like sometimes when we hear a word and we can miss something and then we think it means something else, because the Lord does say faith without works is dead. So it's not to say that I'm just about to kick my feet up, which I would kick it up, but I'm not going to do that. But it's just like I said, just He needs your obedience to stay the course. So He may tell you to change jobs. He may tell you to go to this place. I don't know. But it's just like, it's up to you to make sure you're listening and praying and having those people around you that, of course, will also allow the Lord to use them in case He wants to speak to you through them as well. So I hope this video helps helps us to be able to receive prophecy, if it is of God, but also make sure that we're not just receiving and trying to make it happen, because it also cannot be for whatever season, but that person could be off. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. That might not even be your prophecy. It might be your sister prophecy that they trying to read off of you, but they want to be a prophet, and so they just saying saying whatever, and they're getting a miscommunication because of that. So we just have to make sure whatever prophecy we get, it's like, take it with a grain of salt, pray about it, and say, Lord, is this something from you? And you go the course, keep going the course, because that's how you will truly get the desires of your heart. And the Lord knows exactly what we need, and He knows when we need it. And so we need to make sure that we're just doing what He's called us to do, so that we're able to receive all that He has for us. So in every season. So thank you so much for watching this video. And like I always say, sea a cambio que quieres ver en otros. Until next time, bye.